Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Series. Today we are here in the desert in Arizona, Phoenix, and we are going to be racing the Fan Show 500 today, where we come across and qualify in the P16 position. So not terrible, but I definitely thought I actually did better in my qualifying run than that. As Brad Keselowski is the guy on pole for today. He won last race. We'll see if he can go back-to-back here at Phoenix today and get that second victory for this season. So we go and load into the race here at Phoenix, of course, the reconfigured track. And hopefully we can go and get ourselves up through the field and mix it up with the front runners like we are usually able to do. Of course, we're running the Burger King car here in this number 10. And of course, we won the Daytona 500 in this paint scheme, so maybe we can go 2 for 2 in this paint scheme. So for your stars of the race, Ryan Blaney has gone to the back after failing optical scanning. Denny Hamlin crashed in qualifying yet again, and AJ Allmendinger also having to go to the back as well. So 3 cars failing technical inspection or crashing, so that is pretty tragic for them. But the green flag is out here. We are underway. Stage 1 is started here at Phoenix, so we start from P14 instead of P16. And we'll see if we can get through the field here as we go 3 wide into turn 1. Joey Logano absolutely hauling on the outside lane here, trying to get as many positions as he can, as we are going to be able to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Once again, the bottom is where you want to be at this short track. And we go and send it 4 wide for a second there, 3 wide now. We get past Austin Dillon. And now we go up into the 13th position, getting past Joey Logano here. Now looking to the inside of Timmy Hill. Joey Logano puts it through the middle, looking to go 3 wide here. But as we come up off the corner, we are going to get both of those positions. And now we look to close in on our teammate of Chase Briscoe, as Brad Keselowski leads the first lap and is now going to come out of turn 3 and 4 to lead the second lap here. He is on fire right now, of course, leaving that team at the end of the season. He wants to go out a 2-time champion in that 2 car. We'll see if he can do it and get his second win this year. As now we go to the inside of William Byron, where we just can't quite complete the pass, as the 24 and 23 are in front of us. But we're going to go ahead and skip forward a few laps here. We got up around the 24 and the 23. And then we just kind of sat here in limbo in this P9 position. Nobody really ahead of us that we could catch realistically before the end of the stage, and nobody behind us that could realistically pass us, unless you're Joey Logano, who is on the move. But the stage ends early due to something happening. We come across and hit Joey Logano because the game took over for my driving and did that. But you know, it just is how it is. Hopefully it doesn't ruin our restart. But Brad Keselowski wins the first stage. Joey Logano gets the last stage point, and we get ourselves 2 stage points here. As now we are going to come into pit road. I was kind of thinking about making some adjustments here, so you'll see what I'm going to do to the car, but definitely going to get 4 tires and fuel. No 2-tire strategies at this time around. But as you can see here, we're going to go and make a small wedge adjustment just to loosen up the car a bit. And that was all we really did for this pit stop. So no positions gained on pit road, no positions lost either. And now the field is stacked back up here, ready to go back. Green flag racing here for stage 2 at Phoenix. It's a lot longer of a stage this time around. We only had 9 laps in the first stage, cut short due to a DNF from Ryan Newman. And as you can see, we are going to make the most of this restart here, sending it to the inside of Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. And now we are going from P9 all the way up into P4. Well, battling for P4 with Kyle Busch. And we get past the 18 now to the inside of Tyler Reddick. We look now. He's been very good in that 1 car so far. Tyler Reddick, we'll see if he can get another good run today. Well, we are to his inside, and we get clear of Tyler Reddick without any issues there, using the front straightaway to our advantage. Now Brad Keselowski is out in front still, with Kyle Larson right behind him, and now myself in 3rd place. As then we go into turn 3 and 4, trying to catch up to those 2 front runners. But as you can see, it is not going to come to any prevail there. As now Tyler Reddick is the guy behind us, but he could not really catch us and pass us as we go and skip forward. Yeah, that's right, I skipped forward 10 laps here because nothing happened in this stage. Nothing happened. But you can see in the rearview mirror, Tyler Reddick actually got passed by Joey Logano. So it was Keselowski Larson who ran away from us, and then Tyler Reddick was just behind us the whole time. And then finally, Joey Logano gets past him here, and now Joey Logano He seems like he's got it dialed up here at the end of the stage. He is now all over my back bumper with 2 to go. So we'll see if we can hold on to P3 here. But it seems like Joe Logano's got enough speed to get around us. And as you can see, through the middle of 1 and 2, Joe Logano caught up to us. And that was worrisome because that was where we were more strong. 3 and 4 is where I usually struggle at this racetrack. As you can see, off the corner, Joe Logano is going to get a huge run on us. And now peek to our inside. So now we have a battle here with Joe Logano. In the final lap is underway in stage 2, and Joe Logano gets by us with ease, and we had absolutely nothing to go back and get him here. So Brad Keselowski is going to lead every lap so far in this race and in this stage as well. So Brad Keselowski is going to come through 3 and 4, and he is going to come across the line to win stage 2, sweeping the stages here at Phoenix. Absolutely dominant from him as we come across the line to get P4 after being in P3 for 13 laps, but you know, it is what it is. The stage ends here. Austin Dillon gets the final stage point, and we have a pretty decent car, and hopefully we can get up there in the front after this restart. But as I'd imagine, you can see the tire wears here. Everybody would come in for 4 tires and fuel. As you can see, Ryan Newman was the DNF earlier. I did mention that the last restart, but as you can see, I made a little bit more of a wedge adjustment, and I made a slight tire pressure adjustment. But as you can see, 4 tires for me, but what in the world has just gone on ahead of us? So many guys just stayed out and took 2 tires. It was unbelievable to me. It was inconceivable that people could take just 2 tires with 14 laps remaining with literally half the left side's gone. It was inconceivable to me, and as you can see on the restart here, we are absolutely destroying them, and AJ Allmendinger is going to follow us through here. He only took 2 tires though, but he was all over my back bumper going into the corner. Now we look to the inside of Denny Hamlin here, and Tyler Reddick, and Martin Truex Jr. We got absolutely massive tire advantage of these guys, and you can see we're going to put it to good use. And I thought at this point in the race, this was just a free win, because now we have so much fresher tires than the guys ahead of us. But as you can see, when we catch up to Larson here, we just don't have quite enough speed to really catch them straight away, which is kind of worrying because I should be catching them a lot quicker than I am, so to speak, right? But here comes now Denny Hamlin to our inside. He only took 2 tires, and he started at the back, and look at him go. And now here comes AJ Allmendinger following him through. Again, another guy who took 2 tires. So this 2-tire strategy seems to not be too bad for those guys. They got past us with ease here, as now we fight back to the outside of AJ Allmendinger here. Of course, he moved to RPM after racing for Front Row, getting 2 road course wins, and now he reaps the rewards going into RPM, of course, returning there after 10 years. So that's pretty awesome to see. But we do get past the 44 once again, and now Denny Hamlin is going to the inside of Kyle Larson here for P3. So that 11 car is definitely fast, and of course Denny Hamlin is definitely good at this track. So we'll see if he can go up there and challenge with Brad Keselowski. He seems like the only guy that may be able to. Joe Logano actually has a fast car, but he hasn't been able to get around Keselowski. So Keselowski's led every lap so far, and it seems like it is all his at this point. So we go to the inside of Kyle Larson here. We cut just a lap later just to see me get around Larson here. But now we are trying to catch Denny Hamlin once again, because this is going, every position is going to be important here, because I was still convinced that these guys on 2 tires could not make it to the end of this race with how the tire wear works at this racetrack. So I thought, you know what, every position is going to matter here, because these guys may have to come to pit road, and I have to build the gap on the guys behind me, or the guys in front of me may be able to make it, and I need to pounce on tire failures or something. But we look to the inside of Denny Hamlin here, but we just can't quite get past that 11 car. We just don't have enough speed to get past that 11 car, unfortunately, which now, as you can see, our tire advantage has run out, and we don't have enough. Once again, I send it up the inside of Denny Hamlin, but I just don't quite get there. And as you can see, AJ Allmendinger peeks to my inside. He gets past me. A great run for that 44 car. But as you can see, as we go into the corner, AJ Allmendinger is going to catch up to Hamlin, but not quite get there. So it looks like now that 44 car is built to race for the end here. He was going fast as heck trying to get these guys ahead of us, but again, losing a position is going to be important here, and not getting past that 11 is going to be important, because you will hear something from my spotter in a moment here. the car ahead of you is pitting, and as you can see, AJ Allmendinger now is going to dip onto pit road, and he is going to ruin his great finish just because he took 2 tires, and that is going to, yeah, send him to the back, unfortunately. So we get past the 44 into P4, and now I was convinced that these guys cannot make it to the end of this race. There's just no way. And then once again, you hear my spotter say the car in front of you is heading to the pits. Who's it going to be this time? Well, Joey Logano's going to dip onto pit road here. Only 3 laps to go. So Keselowski's still out in front, leading every lap here. But can he even make it to the end of this race? As we are going to come across the line in just a moment to see 2 laps to go. Hamlin is right on his tail as well. So it seems like that 11 has a little bit more grip than that 2 car. And then, as you can see here, the leader is coming to pit road. Brad Keselowski is going to dip down after leading every lap in this race. He cannot make it to the end with 2 to go on tires. So the 2 car of Brad Keselowski gives away a free win. And Denny Hamlin has just 1 lap to make it around here as he comes across the line to take the white flag. We're in P2 just trying to send it as much as we can. And then you hear leaders pitting from my spotter. So I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get my 2nd race win of the year. But as we come across turn 1 and 2, Denny Hamlin does not dip down to pit road. So it seems like he has just enough tire in his car to make it to the end. I'll look behind to see the other guys. And yeah, I definitely would have won that race if Hamlin came to pit road. But Denny Hamlin goes from last to first to win here at Phoenix. The Fan Shield 500 goes to him. We get P2 in the end. And once again, stupid strategies at Phoenix leads us to get a much better finish than we deserve. But there you have it. Denny Hamlin with the win. Myself, Larson, Harvick, and Bowman in the top 5. Custer in P6. And Austin Dillon rounds out the top 10 with Timmy Hill actually in the top 10 too. James Knight gets himself a nice P11 finish. And then Chase Briscoe rounds out our Stuart Haas Racing stable in 13. So all 4 cars in the top 10, 13 is pretty good. But then we go through the rest of the finishing results here. Guys like Ryan Preece get a top 30, which is nice because of all these guys here, all these stupid people here going to pit once again because they took 2 tires on the restart. Once again, no idea why you would do that, but there you have it. That is going to wrap up everything today here at Phoenix. We finished P2 with 780 grand added to the bank. And as you can see, here is the points updated after 4 races. Not that it matters too much once again, but it's nice to look at indeed, as that is going to pretty much do it for today's race. At Phoenix, we're going to go to Atlanta for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, which is a track I absolutely adore. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next race at Atlanta.